Hi friends, it's the last week of January and the turning of the seasons, the light's beginning to come in, it's getting a little bit warmer in Ireland. And last night I posted up on my Instagram and Facebook a picture which basically said, get used to having your shit together. I think that's a really good idea because we're so used to being a mess, to never getting it right, to the comforts, the old reliable, comfortable, familiar things that are bad for us, like eating snacks in front of the TV or whatever it is for you. So I thought, get used to the idea that this is not the familiar, this is not the baseline. So I'm thinking, okay, well, resolutions in January don't match, they really don't. But February, March, mid-February, you can start to bring in new things, and always one thing only at a time, because it's too much if you bring in everything. And look at the year, okay, 2023, breaking of the old, bringing in of the new. If it doesn't start with us, where does it start? And then I looked over at my, Jason Estes, I don't know if anybody follows him, and he's talking about the data points, the amount of information we're getting from the sun has reached a peak, and then it's going to settle. So basically, we have access, I'm clearing for everybody, we have access to all of this light. We have access to so much healing energy right now from the sun, from the galactic sun, from God, from life force. It's all here. So you go, okay, let's get in alignment. So this is what I'm planning to do, and maybe you'd like to do it too. And I thought I'd share, because we have 1 week left of January pretty much, to get used to the idea that maybe we would prefer the healthier unknown to the unhealthy familiar, to the possibility that we can be at our complete and total best. We can step into our whole selves and not be afraid of that, not be afraid of who we're pissing off, because we like each other, ourselves, so much. I like me, you like you, that we don't care who else likes us, because the ache that we feel and the need to belong is actually a piece of us that we're not, we're not attached to, that we're not loving enough. Finding the words here. This is the path of non-attachment. It's interesting how that word attached comes up. We're attached to the idea of being a mess. We're attached to the idea of needing someone else to fill us. We're creating a new paradigm now. To let go of that attachment. Find the part of us that needs the validation and needs the love and needs the snacks and needs the drink and needs whatever the thing is that you need, and say you don't actually need that, because you can give it to yourself, whatever it is. And we just sit and receive those codes, receive the light from the sun, receive the love from God that's here, because it's always been the thing, always. With healing, if you're not letting it in, you can't get in. So it'll penetrate the outer layers. Yeah, sure it will. And maybe it'll chip away and chip away and chip away and chip away, so that when you eventually, you let it in. But again, not clearing again, excuse me, everything's in divine timing. So chip away and chip away and chip away is all part of the process. But what if you started chipping away from the inside too? Just say, okay, I'm going to get used to the idea that I don't have to be the comfortable, familiar mess, and that I could actually do all the things that I keep telling myself. I'm a bad person because I'm not doing it, which is totally not true either. I mean, maybe that's the thing you want to let go of, and just accept yourself and say, this is me doing the best that I can with everything I've got, and it's enough for me. Because if it's not enough for you, it doesn't really matter. You're the one who judges you the hardest, right? So just some ideas. So take a breath and just stay with me on this. Ask yourself, what would it look like if I was my best self? If my body felt good, and I treated myself well, and I don't, criticize, and that life is in flow, and that I can create, and that I can be happy, even when people around me are in pain and people around me aren't as happy as I am. And maybe that's the vision, that's the image that we need to work with this week. And I'm saying particularly this week because then in February it's a shift again, a change of energies. As we let go of the winter and we let go of the old, and we're hatching out and we're stepping in to the new year. Because now we're really doing it now. To say to yourself, who would I like to be in 6 months' time? How would I like to feel about myself? And I'm going to let go of the crud and the black goo and the treacle of self-loathing and depreciation and jealousy and guilt and comparison. And I'm just going to be happy with what I've got right here, because this is what I've got. Yeah, this is what I've got. And if you feel when you do this for you, this is what I've got, that you're not happy, well then say, okay, well, I don't have to be like this. And I can let go of one thing. And then when I've successfully let that go, I can let go of the next thing. And then when I've successfully let that go, I can let go of the next thing. But don't do it all at once. And don't pick the biggest thing to do first. Because then you get in stride, you get in flow, you know, and it's easier to let go of something when you've just let go successfully of something else. So that's my thoughts for today. Feel the energies coming in. I'm sending you a transmission now to help you get in alignment with yourself for your own highest good of where you are right now with all of this stuff. Say, okay, I give myself permission to get used to the idea that I am not a mess, that I am doing my best, and that I like being me, or I love being me, or I love my life. It's a step, you know, you work your way up to where you can be with what you have right now. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments.